A faint clap of thunder. Clouded skies. Perhaps rain comes, and if so, stay with me.
Makoto Shinkai once described Garden of Words as being a story of koi, or the Japanese sense of love, and not to be compared to the Western form of love, or just a romance story. The story of Garden of Words is between high school student Takao Akizuki and teacher Yukari Yukino. A story of koi, which means longing for someone in solitude, or lonely sadness. Takao and Yukari are both searching for the same thing, a companion, someone to provide them company. They long for human touch, dialogue, a friend. On rainy days, Takao skips class to go and design his future at a nearby garden, where he meets Yukari, who has been absent from her job for a while. As the rainy days pile up, they begin to familiarize themselves with each other, not learning each other's name and occupation, but instead learning what kind of person each other is, and helping one another grow. And as their companionship developed, they began to count on the rainy days to come so they could meet. They looked forward to rain rather than sun, which introduces the tanka that illustrates the symbolism of rain in this film. Yukari tells him this on the day of their first encounter. A faint clap of thunder. Clouded skies. Perhaps rain comes, and if so, stay with me. But the rainy period ended, and so did their meetings, until they would meet again on a day that didn't begin with rain, and the response to this would be brought by Takao.
A faint clap of thunder. Even if rain comes not, I will stay here, together with you.
The fact that they met each other in the garden on a day that it didn't rain propelled their companionship even further, which then led to Takao professing his love for Yukino, and Yukino later shooting this idea down, even though she may have felt the same in that brief instant. But instead she tells Takao that he saved her and brought her life a new meaning, and that garden was not just a place where they met, it was a place to us, the audience of very few words, but to them, a place to connect and to grow together. Their story is a story of two individuals who are lonely, searching for someone, and the rain brought the two of them together, who would go on to fill each other's needs at that time. They needed and longed for a connection that would help them walk again. Yukari required an individual to get her on her feet again, and someone who would help her regain the taste for life that she once had. And Takao needed a person who could help him fulfill his goals. He got a person who helped him design his shoes, a person who gave him a different perspective in his life. And whether it was his perceived maturity or his real feelings that caused him to declare his love to Yukari, he would get over it, and he would later realize that Yukari indeed helped him walk and helped him grow. We yearn for companionship, a connection, a touch, to be recognized and to be loved. Shinkai uses the ability to walk properly as a metaphor for a connection with another person. Yukari states that she forgot how to walk properly, which could be the root of her koi, her loneliness. If we look at her life, she doesn't have any meaningful connections. She skips work every day, which could also be the reason why she couldn't taste anything but chocolate and alcohol. It is something that she once had, but lost. And Takao as well, his life is focused on shoe design, work, and school. But rainy days bring him the opportunity to learn how to walk, learn how to create a connection. And Yukari helps him craft his very first connection. Not love, but a connection, which is all that we crave. And when a sliver of this loneliness was erased, Yukari moved away, and Takao returned to his everyday life. But they both moved on having learned how to walk, whether it was relearning or learning for the very first time. To some, rain is associated with gloom, darkness, and sadness. Like Shinkai once noted, rain and love are very similar. Love can be associated with gloom and sadness, but also purity and happiness. Rain and love are two entities that cannot be controlled, tempered, or stopped. In Garden of Words, the rain represented renewal, a refreshing and washing away of their solitude and loneliness. And through this rain, it propelled a different kind of love. Yukari and Takao realized that their companionship should not have been controlled by the rain, but instead by their own desires. But they were cognizant of the fact that the rainy days brought each other a companion. And as Takao states, he began to look forward to rain, to even pray for it, rather than sun, because it brought him happiness and it brought him calm. To me, the rain is an entity, a sometimes calming and soothing presence that exudes warmth and happiness. But sometimes it is powerful and aggressive, forcefully displaying its strength. The rain is a universal sound that does not need a translation. Everybody understands the rain. And at times it darkens our world to brighten the future. And just like the rain brings Takao calm, you too should find solace in the rain.